Well, I rigged up my phone in front of me here. I totally forgot that one of my friends were asking about 2-needle beading. And so this one underneath, the one underneath is gonna go tack down. The one on top is gonna be the one that's gonna hold the beads. So it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go as far as right here. Like, okay, I'll just bead, and then you can just kind of get an eye of what I'm doing here. So this part right here, I'm going to hang on to this. This is the main one you have to keep tight. Don't let this get loose like this, because when you start letting this one get loose, when you're tacking it down, the spacing out is going to be too much. It'll space out the beads. You'll see the thread. So make sure this is tight, and your thumb is going to be like your guide where you're going to put your beads, and then keep pushing this up. I'm going to keep this tight, and then this, because let me see, I'll just go here and I'll give you an idea. So I'm going to keep pulling this tight, and then my string underneath. Okay, where am I at? I already did 2 down. So I tack down every 2. I just don't want to go any more than that, because if I do tack down any more than that, it will start to look bumpy, or you'll start to see the space out like the, okay, hopefully you can see that okay. See what I'm doing here? I'm not letting my string go. I'm keeping this tight. Use your thumb right here to keep pulling, like it's guiding the beads where they need to be. And then make sure, don't let this loose. If you're gonna start kind of beading in this technique, your hands will get they will get quite sore, especially your left hand, because you're not used to probably like hanging on to your string this way. So it probably will make your hand quite sore. And if you start to feel your hand started getting sore, just take a break. And then what I usually do is I go like this, kind of press your hands back like this. So if your hands start to get sore or cramp up from starting to bead, because this kind of beading will tire your hand. It's a little bit tiresome, but it doesn't bother me a whole lot because I bead like this all the time. But I remember it used to. Okay, so the cool thing about using 2 needles, because I'm gonna outline this whole thing right here, and so what I want to be able to do is use 1 string for the top for the beads, and then 1 for the bottom. So you're gonna find that you're gonna use less thread. Well, it might sound funny using two needles, but still you'll make those 2 go a little bit further. Okay, see how I'm a little bit short right there? Cool thing about using 2 needles is this one here is wide open to where I can add or take off any beads I need to. So that is the plus thing about 2 needle beading, because as to 1, if you didn't put enough beads, there's nothing really you can do about it. Okay, so the top one that holds the beads, because this is this is the end where I'm at here. So the top, I'm going to push that down. So then that way I can, where did I go here? Okay, so my next one, the one that's tacking down, I'm gonna go up. I don't know if you can see that too well. Anyway, I'm gonna use that one to start right there, the next line. So it's kind of like reversing as you go through different spots. The only reason I didn't use this one that holds the thread is so that way when I go to, if I use, oh my god, this is really hard to explain. If I use this one, because I pushed down my bead right here, so if I use this one to come back up right here, so it's possible that I might just undo my string that I had already pushed down. But anyway, so fill your beads back up here. Put that to the left of you, and then grab the one that goes to the bottom, put that to the right of you, or vice versa if you're left-handed. And then same thing all over again. Don't let this get loose, always keep this one tight, and then just use your thumb as a guide to be able to keep pushing those beads up. So the more you keep practicing this, you'll find what makes it easier for you to do 2 needles as to 1. So right now I'm using this 2 needles because I want to be able to outline this, and I use 2 needles to outline all of these as well, and my outline here and my outline. And for this spot right here too, anything long and curvy, these are all used with 2 needles, sorry, and my outline. So, and then for the inside, for the fill of the leaves, I used 1 needle. And then this one right here, I used 2 because I wanted these to match up. So to where I would be able to take off or put on a bead if I needed these to match up. So that's another plus of using 2 needles. And then something like this was just 1 needle. And then so the inside of this, I will just use 1 needle to fill those in. And this is the first side that I've done. So that's the fill inside the clouds. Those are just 1 needle. And then this one right here for the fill of this was 2 needles because I needed these stars to be able to match up. Because if I did use 1 needle on this, these stars would not match up. They would be offset. So that is a cool plus on using 2 needles, is because I can adjust this as I go. I don't know where I kept hearing people a long time ago speaking of beading with 2 needles and stuff. And I didn't kind of understand what they were talking about. But later on, eventually, I thought, well, okay, well, I'm going to try put some beads down, and then it's just trial and error on everything. So I really super hope this helps you out on how to use 2 needles, on where to use 2 needles. As you go along, you will get your own little groove of either starting to bead, or even if you're already a beader, then you'll get the hang of when to use 2 needles or 1. So you'll get the idea as you go along. So, but anyway, make sure to just keep your string tight. Take breaks if your hands start to get sore, and or if you start to get frustrated or anything, just take a break, and then just come back when you're good. Okay, see this right here? See, I had put on too much beads. The cool thing about this 2 needles is I can take off or add if I need to. See this? I can just easily take this off. And then see that end right there? So just like before, I am going to tack that down there. And so that is good. And add my other beads on. And just kind of have a look at how much you need, so you're not putting on way too much beads. Put my beads on. Put my string to the left of me, and then this one to the right of me. Keep your string tight. So if you're doing any kind of earrings that deals with a lot of circles, you'll find this technique with 2 needles will help you so much, because you will be able to take off or put on what you need. Hey, baby. What you doing?
I'm hiding.
You're hiding?
Yep, I'm hiding your back.
Oh, well.
Whoa, so let's get out.
Yeah.
Don't get in.
No, stay down. You don't need to get up there. And this is the end of this part right here, so I'm going to grab my top needle. I'm going to put this down right there. So that will end that one. And then as soon as you're done what you need to do, then you can just knot and tie off both threads in the back. And then that's where you can just use one needle and start filling in whatever you're doing. But anyway, anything rounded, long and rounded, or earrings or anything like that. So give this, do some practice on some things like beading around things, like say those beaded crystals that they use. Maybe try small, like just practice around little circles and stuff, like bigger areas. You'll get the hang of doing a beading like this. It'll make rounded things and everything so much easier. I wish you all the best of luck, and I hope I was able to help you out a bit here. Thank you. Bye-bye.